I've been using as a feeder for the standard hives, the classic hive, this type of feeder, like this one. And this one works well. The only problem is that this is too small. It just lasts maybe 2 days. And sometimes I see them just dripping, it's too much. Now feeding bees on an Apimaye hive like this one is way easier. I really love it. These are to me like the best hives because you just open the lid like so and have access to 2 pretty large feeders. See, this is plenty of space to feed syrup or candy. The only problem that I see with this type of feeders is that I found a lot of ants eating the dry sugar. When the syrup is eaten by the bees, whatever left is just taken by the ants. Having so many ants inside the hive is something that I don't want, so that's the reason why I want to give a try to this 5-gallon bucket feeder. To make this feeder, I'm going to need a 5-gallon bucket, and there are many, pretty much you can use all of them, but this one is really nice because of the following. I like this one because it has these big cavities, and this is where the bees are going to come to feed. Some other buckets have these a little bit smaller. The idea is drilling all around inside these buckets, so when you put the bucket upside down, the syrup is just going to come and fill these small reservoirs all around, and the bees are going to come and feed from here. The most important thing is making sure that you don't drill in the pocket where the handle is, because there is a hole and the entire bucket is going to be just leaking through that hole. And in order to avoid that, as you can see, I mark those spots with an X. So I'm using a flashlight to help myself find the center point of these cavities. You put it here in the back and you can see exactly where to drill. So I'm using one of the smaller bits that I have. And now using the flashlight, I'm just going to be drilling all the pockets. And I'm drilling the holes pretty much, I would say, 1/3 from the bottom, so the pocket doesn't completely fill with syrup. I'm gonna skip this one. The lid that comes with the bucket will work great, but after using it many times, I see that in my case they tend to crack. So I'm going to be using one of these gamma lid, which is a 2-piece lid that screw on this ring. Right, so let's prepare the syrup. So I'm going to do 20 pounds of sugar and 2.5 gallons of water. I'm going to let it dissolve real well and put it in the puree. Look, I already see bees around here. So I decided to move the rack underneath the tree so there is some shade on the bucket. I definitely need to mount some maybe 2x4 to hold the bucket upside down in a better way, but for now I'm going to do this way. It's not leaking, it's filling up all the voids, but I don't see any leak. And I'm going to put this one over here, like so. It's filling up the holes. So this lid is leaking because there is a little bit of protrusion in the plastic here from the injection molding that is protruding up, so the seal is not closing very well here. So there is one here and another one over here. I'm going to try to cut them out flush if possible. All right, let's see if we have solved the problem. This sucker's still leaking. Well, the 2 buckets are ready. I'm gonna go work on the tractor for a little bit, and I'm gonna come back later to see what's going on. You can see here the buckets and the apiary right there. Chickens. And now, tractor time. Let's go take a look to the feeders. 104 degrees, just lovely. Ooh. Oh yeah, I see movement. Check this out. Oh yeah, they are all over the place. Even on the ground. I've heard that this feeding method could attract disease to my apiary because all the bees from other colonies, they may come in to feed here. There's a lot of population feeding from the same spot. To be honest, I'd rather deal with a disease than with starving bees. It has been extremely hot here in Texas, no rain at all, so it's been pretty hard on the bees. Since I installed the buckets, the feeders, they are all over the property right now, seeking for water, very active. And again, I'm gonna give the credit to Barnyard Bees, which is the YouTube channel where I found this idea. I think it's genius. I'm super happy with the result with the feeders. Something that I'm gonna do in the future for sure is gonna be installing the new hives in the trees behind me, because right there, they're just being hammered by the heat. But for now, I cannot move this one. All new hives, they go to the tree. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.